Joplin city officials say COVID numbers are starting to look better, but they're still waiting on an official word from the state on when to expect vaccines. I'm Zach Dodge with the story.
The Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl for a second year in a row, and fans are gearing up.
Oh man, we were super excited watching the game.
I'm Kate Kelly with details just ahead.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Donald Trump will be tried for impeachment by the Senate for a second time next month. The former president is facing a single charge that he incited the attack on Congress. Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
The House of Representatives officially delivered an article of impeachment to the Senate on Monday evening. It accuses former President Trump of inciting insurrection on January 6th when a crowd of supporters stormed the Capitol.
Wherefore, Donald John Trump, by such conduct, has demonstrated that he will remain a threat to national security, democracy, and the Constitution.
The move automatically triggers a second Senate trial for the former president. On Tuesday, senators will be sworn in as members of the impeachment court. Vermont Democrat Patrick Leahy, the Senate's president pro tempore, will preside, not Chief Justice John Roberts. A trial is scheduled to begin the week of February 8th.
There's no clearly marked path for navigating an impeachment trial for somebody who's no longer president.
A number of Republicans have said it's too late to impeach Mr. Trump.
I think it's a moot point. He is a former president.
New Majority Leader Chuck Schumer dismissed that argument.
The theory that the Senate can't try former officials would amount to a constitutional get-out-of-jail-free card for any president who commits an impeachable offense.
Security remains tight here on Capitol Hill. Law enforcement officials tell CBS News that new threats are being directed at lawmakers involved in the impeachment process.
That's one reason why some 5,000 National Guard troops are going to stay in Washington until at least the middle of March. It's unclear how long the impeachment trial will last. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
At least 17 Republican votes would be needed to convict former President Trump. If that happens, the Senate would hold another vote on whether he should be disqualified from holding public office again. Senator Josh Hawley files a counter-complaint against 7 Senate Democrats who are seeking an ethics investigation of the Missouri Republican. On Thursday, the Democrats asked the Senate Ethics Committee to investigate the actions of Hawley and Republican Senator Ted Cruz to fully understand their role in the January 6th riot at the Capitol. A release from Hawley's office accused the Democrats of historic partisan abuse of the Senate ethics process. Hawley is asking the committee to investigate the Democrats and take any disciplinary action deemed appropriate.
I was only the 3rd woman and the first mom to serve as White House press secretary. And with your support, I hope to be the first woman to lead our state as governor.
Former White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders announces she's running for governor of Arkansas. Sanders made the announcement via a pre-recorded video in which she touted her experience and lambasted socialism and cancel culture. Sanders is the daughter of former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Checking in with Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dow. It turned out to be a gloomy day for us today. We had those showers, those thunderstorms last night. Some heavy amounts of rain as well. A lot of areas picked up an inch, upwards to 2 inches of rain, but our temperature stayed above freezing, so we didn't have to worry about any frozen precip. 51 is actually our afternoon high for us today. Still, we have the clouds, some light drizzle, some light random showers across the region. This is going to continue at least over the next few hours, and then I think we look pretty good as this whole storm system is wrapping up. Look at the snow across Nebraska, Iowa, and then stretching into the Great Lakes. But again, for us, we just have kind of the light little drizzle sticking around. Temperature is really not that bad. I mean, it's cold, but it's not awful. We're sitting upper 30s to lower 40s. A little bit on the windy side. It's going to stay breezy for us tonight into the morning hours for us tomorrow. But we are going to see some changes. I think some sunshine is going to pop out by tomorrow afternoon, but we also have some chances for some snow by tomorrow night. So we're going to look at that here in a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. The city of Joplin sees a decrease in coronavirus cases. Officials also expect to have vaccine for public vaccine clinics, quote, very soon. KOAM Zach Dodge has that story.
I think things are looking up that we're going to get some vaccine.
A full week after Governor Parson activated Phase 1B, Tier 2 of vaccine distribution, officials in Joplin are cautiously optimistic the residents will see more vaccines in the area sooner rather than later.
The conversations we've been having over the last few days, I think that it's likely that we'll be able to get some vaccine in our hands for public clinics in the very near future.
Assistant City Manager Dan Pekarik says once those vaccines do come in, they'll be used for public vaccine clinics, which could be done in a large facility or drive-through. He says those clinics will also continue once other providers in the area have vaccines.
As vaccine hopefully becomes more available and some of these 35 individual vaccine providers that I mentioned in the community, they start getting vaccine and they can start administering vaccine to individuals. I think there'll probably be a blend of those 35 plus a public clinic every so often, kind of built into that equation.
Pekarik hopes to have more information about clinics later this week, but right now they're waiting on some final information from the state. Officials also gave an update on current case numbers that show a downward trend. The city's 7-day rolling average is at 21, down from around 50. The positivity rate is also down to just above 9%, and there are 49 total hospitalizations in Joplin. So with numbers trending down and vaccines being closer, Mayor Ryan Stanley thinks things are going in the right direction.
It's very clear to me, and I hope it's clear to the community, that we are certainly playing a winning hand when it comes to COVID, that we are absolutely in the process of winning this and defeating this virus.
In Joplin, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
There are currently 136 active cases in Joplin. There have been a total of 112 deaths related to the virus in the city limits. Across the area, Jasper County is reporting 6,885 total cases since the pandemic began. Newton County reports 4,832 cases. McDonald County has had 2,184. Crawford County, Kansas reports 4,095, and Ottawa County, Oklahoma is at 3,355 total cases. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment issued a stream advisory for Buck Run Creek along the area east of Scott Avenue and west of Highway 69 in Fort Scott. Officials say a manhole overflowed into the creek because of heavy rain. City of Fort Scott has repaired the problem, but the KDHE says no one should enter the creek until it's been cleared of contamination. The entire state of Missouri is trailing the rest of the country when it comes to COVID-19 vaccinations. That's according to analysis from the New York Times and Washington Post. The state, which is ranked last in vaccine distribution, has vaccinated only 4% of Missourians. The pace of vaccinations will almost certainly accelerate as more doses of vaccines become available and more vaccines are perhaps approved, but it's not yet clear how quickly that'll change. Authorities have found a stolen car connected to a Sarcoxie, Missouri murder investigation, but they're still searching for a suspect. The car was found just outside of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Authorities are still trying to find this person of interest in the case, Justin Chase Stevens of Coleman, Alabama. Authorities are looking for Stevens for questioning in connection to the death of Becky Sanders from Sarcoxie. She was found dead in her home on January 13th. The city of Neosho, Missouri is asking voters to decide whether to tax online purchases. City Council added a proposed use tax to the April 6th election ballot. It would be a 3% tax on items bought online, the same as the city's standard sales tax. The ballot language includes a line that says the use tax would eliminate an unfair advantage for out-of-state vendors.
That 3% for the online sales to out-of-state businesses, that affects not only local businesses, it affects, it affects your city government as well.
Again, the use tax will appear on the April 6th ballot. 3 people are dead following a head-on crash in Lawrence County, Missouri last night. The Missouri Highway Patrol says it happened a little after 9 p.m. on I-44, about 5 miles east of Mount Vernon. 85-year-old Everett Hare of Billings, Missouri, was heading east in the westbound lane when he struck a car head-on. The occupants of the car included 17-year-old Isaac Fudge and Neve Ost, both of Mount Vernon. The 2 teens and the 85-year-old man all died. Still ahead, the Kansas City Chiefs are preparing for warmer weather, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and a shot at running it back. Chiefs fans in the 4 states are preparing to cheer their team on from home and they're stocking up on gear for the big day. And how a Finnish tradition could keep Southeast Kansas babies safe. For the second year in a row, the Kansas City Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl.
And he knows that was likely the knockout punch.
Chiefs trailed the Buffalo Bills by 9 early in last night's game, but then in the next 2 quarters outscored the Bills 31-6 to eventually claim a 38-24 win. Kansas City will now face off against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Super Bowl 55. KOAM's Kate Kelly shows us how fans in Joplin are gearing up for the big game and maybe starting a tradition.
Chiefs fans have been hoping for another big win at the Super Bowl, and now they've got their chance. It's a big deal for locals like Wes Harden.
Oh man, we were super excited watching the game. Of course, I've been to the AFC Championship the last 2 years. Didn't get to go this year for obvious reasons, but super excited to head back to the Super Bowl and excited to see him beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Harden is training his little boy to grow up to be a proper Chiefs fan, and Academy is doing its part to get everyone geared up for game day.
Right now we have the on-field championship shirts and then some other Nike shirts as well for the AFC Championship. I'm expecting to get the on-field hats and other things like that for the championship. So a lot of stuff still scheduled to come in, so we're excited to get it and get it for our customers.
Academy staff had Chiefs merchandise ready to go as soon as their Super Bowl status became official. It's been busy ever since.
And good turnout, even considering the pandemic and everything, still having a great turnout. And customers are just excited about it.
As for Harden, excited is an understatement. Win or lose, he says he'll stay a loyal fan and he'll be dressed in red and gold on game day.
Go Chiefs!
In Joplin, Kate Kelly, KOAM News.
Academy says they expect to see plenty of Chiefs merchandise flying off their racks leading up to Super Bowl Sunday, of course. The battle between the NFL's 2 greatest quarterbacks will take place here on Channel 7 on February 7th. Pre-game coverage starts at 2 p.m. on CBS and its streaming services CBS All Access. Kickoff is at 5:30 our time. The Carthage Library is open and officially dried out. A water leak damaged a lot of the building, forcing officials to close. But now, after some hard work by library staff and contractors, it's back open on a limited basis. They're still trying to keep things safe due to the pandemic. That means the patrons are limited to 30 minutes inside. You can't lounge around, and only 3 computers are available. But officials are happy to reopen in any capacity.
Because Jasper County has still has large numbers of people that are coming down with the virus. So we're very conscious of that. And because of that, we're only open limited hours now for 30 minutes apiece. Patrons can come in 30 minutes. Take care of business, choose their books.
The Carthage Library is located on South Garrison. The Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas is carrying on a Finnish tradition that dates back to the 1930s. They're called baby boxes, and CHCSEK officials say they can reduce the occurrence of sudden infant death syndrome by discouraging parents from sharing a bed with their newborn baby. The Community Health Center is giving away the boxes, which include a mattress, sheets, diapers, and wipes. The Bicknell Women's Giving Circle is helping fund the boxes with an $8,000 grant.
Yeah, I hope that we can lay the groundwork here for additional funding to help support all babies in need and all mothers throughout Southeast Kansas.
The Community Health Center has given away 20 boxes with 60 more available. Doug Heddy is up next with his complete forecast. And later, something we've relied on to keep us safe during the pandemic could be doing some damage.
Well, of course, a gloomy start to the week, but it is late January, and we had showers and thunderstorms for us last night. Some heavy amounts of rain. Look at our rain totals, 1.31 inches officially in Joplin, so over 3 inches for the month of January. This was a very wet system, dropped some very heavy amounts of rain last night. Clouds all day long, a little bit cooler for us today, but we've had the light sprinkles, light little bits of drizzle and showers throughout the daytime hours and into the evening hours for us. Now, We have west winds. Most of us, it's cold. It's not cold, but it's cold. We're sitting into lower 40s, 42 in Carthage, 42 in Miami, Anderson, 40 in Fort Scott. A little bit cooler. Iola is checking in at 35 degrees. Look at the south winds and then southwest winds, now west winds, and then now switching off toward the north is an area of low pressure just to the west of St. Louis. So we are on the back side, and that's going to cool us down as we head through the overnight hours tonight. Look at the heavy amounts of rain that rolled through last night. Then we got the dry slot that kicked in. So it dried us out most of the day. And then since then, we've just kind of had the clouds and little bits of drizzle, light little showers, which have been popping up. But most of the action has been well to our north. And you can see the snow up across Nebraska, Iowa, and even a few snow showers as far south as Kansas City. But this system's rolling out. This system is moving in out across the four corners of the U.S. Now, this first system kind of took all the moisture. So as the second system rolls in, it's not going to have a lot of moisture to work with. It's still fairly strong. It's just not going to have a lot of moisture, but it's right out across western parts of Arizona. It's going to slide in for us by tomorrow night. All right, for the rest of the night, we're going to have the clouds, a little bit of drizzle out there. I think we'll start the day with clouds. We'll see a little bit of sunshine during the afternoon. Not a ton, but a little bit. Temperatures, they're going to be cold. 33 to start, 35 by noon, high temp 37. We're going to have a northwesterly wind at about 10 to 20. So it is going to be a little bit on the breezy side. As we go into tomorrow night, clouds thicken up again. Late evening, let's say 10, 11, midnight, we can start to see some light little snow showers picking up. These are going to be very scattered and very light, but some light snow showers. Temperatures will drop back into the 20s. We'll have these hit and miss light snow showers into Wednesday morning, and then they'll roll off toward the east. But because it's going to be dark, we'll be into the 20s, even though everything's going to be very light. We may get some minor accumulations. If we have any accumulations, again, they look fairly light right now. Of course, we're going to reevaluate this tomorrow, but I'd say a dusting to an inch in most locations and probably closer to that dusting side of things, but something we'll watch. Thursday looks good. Friday looks good. We start to warm back up, and then Saturday, our next system rolls in, but this looks like it's going to be mainly rain across the region. Cold tonight. A little bit of sunshine tomorrow, 37. Some snow showers tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, a high of only 35. But back to 49 on Thursday, 57 on Friday. So it really warms up late in the week.
Yeah, pretty mild temperatures overall, I'd say.
Yeah, not bad for this time of the year.
For sure. Thanks, Doc. Still ahead, hand sanitizer has become a part of our daily lives since the beginning of the pandemic, but it could pose some danger to our kids. We're going to hear some tips about what to do if sanitizer comes in contact with your child's eyes. This age of COVID-19 is something we constantly keep around us, but hand sanitizer can be dangerous. A new study of data from France shows more kids are hurting their eyes because of it. Mandy Gaither has ways to help stop that from happening.
When you can't wash your hands, it can help kill germs, but hand sanitizer can also be hazardous. According to a study published in JAMA Ophthalmology using data from the French Poison Control Center, cases of chemicals from hand sanitizers getting into young eyes increased 7-fold between April 1st and August 24th, 2020, compared to the same period a year earlier. Some under 4 years old were even hospitalized.
There are the spray hand sanitizers that can accidentally get sprayed into their eye. But also, if it is one of the squeeze bottles or the pump bottles, they can shoot out and surprise the child.
Julie Weber knows about the dangers of eye exposures to hand sanitizer. As director of the Missouri Poison Center, she's had these calls come in. She says if it happens to your child, immediately flush the eye with water.
Try to get them to not rub the eye and cause more irritation or running the risk to cause a scratch on the cornea.
To keep kids safe, Weber says parents should keep hand sanitizer out of reach of younger children. Think about the container and how the sanitizer will come out of it. If using a public dispenser, pay attention to whether it's at a level that would make it easier to spray into young eyes. And always supervise your child. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Weber says you should call the nationwide poison control hotline if your child gets hand sanitizer in an eye. A poison specialist will answer and can guide you through what to do and whether you need more medical help. Final check on the weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Sergeant Zebulon Laporte. The Winfield, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Sergeant Zebulon Laporte. He's tonight's four-state hero. The first dogs have arrived at their new home at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The Bidens' two German Shepherds, Champ and Major, joined the first family in their new residence, the White House, yesterday. A spokesperson for First Lady Jill Biden said Champ is enjoying his new dog bed by the fireplace, while Major loved running around on the south lawn. The elder Biden dog, Champ, joined the Biden family during the presidential transition back in December of 2008, weeks after Biden became vice president-elect. They lived at the vice president's residence on the grounds of the United States Naval Observatory. The family later fostered Major from the Delaware Humane Association and officially adopted him in November of 2018. Checking in with a dog lover, a guy who specifically loves German Shepherds, among others. Doug Head.
I do very much. And it's going to be cold outside tonight. Temperature is going to drop back into lower 30s for overnight lows. A little bit of sunshine tomorrow, still cold, 37. Some light snow showers tomorrow night. Could get some minor accumulations lasting into Wednesday morning, but staying cool but warming up later this week.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.